I'm not teaching, I'm publicly learning. Hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test, part 371, Glossary part 7, which is on page 150. While doing morning stretching, and if you participate in the morning stretching, bitte set your REG. Domestic policies. Domestic policies are political decisions that relate to what is happening within a country as opposed to in another country. So domestic means so at home. And I don't know where that was, but we can do for the moment of a cabinet. Who is the one for the inside life? That is the Home Secretary. The Home Secretary is responsible for crime, policing and immigration. The Foreign Secretary is responsible for managing relationships with foreign countries. Electoral Register, the official list of all the people in a country who are allowed to vote in an election. So there is the Electoral Register, and the people, they can go and sign up to that. That can be done by contacting the local council electoral registration office. You can try to find out where it is at aboutmyvote.co.uk if you know your postcode. And everyone can look at it, but it has to be supervised for looking into it. And if you're registered there, you can vote, and you can be picked for jury duty, which you are forced to do. The electorate, all the people who are allowed to vote in an election. So that's the name for it, the electorate. So the constituents are the people of a constituency which can then vote in a region. And the electoral register has all the people on it who can vote. And the electorate are all the people who are allowed to vote. Eligible means allowed to do or receive something. Eligible means to be in the position that you can get it. Did we have an example about the voting then? Why is it always opening at the page? Ethnic origin, the country of birth, someone's race or the nationality of someone, when they were born, the customs and place from which a person and the family originated or came from. So ethnic origin, that is the country of birth. So Uruguay, someone's race or the nationality of someone when they were born. So Paraguay. And or the customs and place from which a person and the family originated. Nicaragua. So we had it here with Britain is today a more diverse country. Let's make this for a moment again. Actually, let's make religious first. Christian 59. So this is identifying 2011 in a census. 59% Christian, 4.8% Muslim, 1.5% Hindu, and 0.8% Sikh, and Jewish or Buddhist less than 0.5%, and 25% no religion. And then the population, it are over 66 million. I don't think we should have history. It are over 66 million. And 84% are living in England, 8% in Scotland, 5% in Wales, and 3% in Northern Ireland. And now to the tier that, and especially in large cities, are many people living with diverse ethnic backgrounds. And then the United Kingdom, people from all over the world, for example, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada, people identifying as coming from New Zealand, or American descent, And the other significant groups are those of Asia, black and mixed diskette. Now we're having here something out of chronology, and I don't know how to describe it. We're having a serious subject, let's say that. So we're having now executed, that means killed as a punishment. I don't know. But oftentimes executions happen without a fair trial, or without any trial at all, or without anything. So executed oftentimes means also just killed. Maybe as a broad, undiscriminating killing of many people also. So now we're using it here in the context of Mary Stuart or of Charles I, or Anne Boleyn or Catherine Howard. Executed oftentimes else means also just mass killing without any looking who the person basically is. It can be seen maybe also as a punishment, as a discriminating punishment of people. But we mean it now as a punishment. It can be used as the death penalty, but executed means also just killing. But it's never in a fair fight. Maybe that is an even better definition as punishment. It can happen in a death penalty that someone unarmed, tied down, is killed, and that it's seen as just. And the other thing is happening without a fight. Also, there can mass executions also of civilians happening, and there was never a fight, never a trial or anything. So killing without a fight, also used for the doing of a death penalty. First past the post, a system of election in which the candidate with the largest number of votes in a particular constituency wins a seat in parliament. And franchise, that is the right to vote, and general election, that is an event in which all the citizens of a country who are allowed to vote shows the people they wish to represent them in their government. So first past the post means that the one with the most votes wins. The second one is franchise, that means the right to vote. They had said it a little differently in the text. And general election is the event when all the people are voting. We're going to go through all three again in the next part. Now we're going to do morning stretching, and if you participate in the morning stretching, that is at your own risk. So, we're starting with a warm-up exercise. We are breathing in and out. And again, in and out. Again, in and out. And again, in and out. Again, in and out. And again in. Out in one last round. Breathe in. And out. Again in. Out. In. And out. And the next exercise, extending a bit more control of the one part. We're moving in a little from the outside. And out, we're coming to one side. And breathe in and out, ribcage. And again out. And again in. And out into the middle. Breathing it in. And out over to the other side. And breathe in and open the ribcage. And out. And again in. And out into the middle. And we have stopped. Now the exercise, the next one, no one sees the Archaeoptera. We're breathing in. And out, one hand slides down the leg and the other shoulder stays down. And breathe again in. And out, we're taking the arm over. And breathe in and out, rib cage. And again out. And again in. And out into the middle. Breathe again in. And out. The other hand slides down the leg and the shoulder stays down. Breathe again in. And out, we're taking the arm over. Breathe again in and out the rib cage. And out. Again in. And out into the middle. And the next exercise, the feet are same together, the aeronautic, aerobatic, aeroplane, the breathing in and lifting the arms up. And breathe out and one hand comes down. You're breathing in and reaching. And again out. And again in. And out, one hand down. Breathe in and reach. And again out. And again in. And out, one hand down. Again in and reach. And out, one hand down. Again in. Out, one hand down. Breathe again in and reach. And out. And that's it. Normal exercise standing wide apart, the breathing in. And out, and we're hanging down, and we're only happy to go deeper down. Breathing deep in through the nose into the chest. And we're breathing out through the mouth. And again in. And again out. Again in. And out. Again in. And out over to one leg. Breathe in. And out. Again in. Out over to the other leg. And in. And out. And again in. And out into the middle. Breathe again in. And now we're coming slowly with the low leg up and making it the top backwards. Now we're closing exercise for legs are standing wide apart, the breathing in. And out. Again in. And out. Again in. And out. Again in. Out. A last strong breath in. Out. Out. Breathe in, close the legs. And out. So, the three British people winning the Literature Nobel Prize are Sir William Golding, C.M.S. Henning and Harold Pinter. 3 fashion designers are Alexander McQueen, Mel Kwan and Vivian Vaughan. Maybe I'm confusing something. And we had some gardens. We had Kew Gardens, Sissinghurst, Hitcote, Craves Castle, and the castle. So I kind of remember that. Where were the gardens? Not here. So it was Vivian Westwood. It was here Evelyn Vaughan. Decline and Fall and Scoop and Brightside Revisited. It was in Inverary Castle. Now the three architects were, we had Sir Norman Foster, Lord Richard Rogers, and Dame Zahara Hadid. Norman Foster. I thank you very much, and until next time.